Your home was in Cameroon in Africa. What was it like growing up there for you?
Growing up back home it was very good. Just that I miss my mom and my brother and all my friends that I grew up with. But the important part for me was like I had a dream that I had to follow, and for me, I made a promise to my mom, I think when I was kind of like 10 years old. And then I said to my mom that one day I will leave and then I will just come back and take care of her. And for me, it doesn't matter what happened. I just gotta like do what I said to her. It doesn't matter what I have to go through to fulfill that promise. And yeah.
Where did the name Dash come from?
Wow. Name Dash. It comes from a soccer player, a French soccer player by the name Jean-Claude Darcheville. And then like I grew up in Cameroon playing soccer, and like one of my friends called me one and said, "Oh, I have a name for you." I said, "What is that?" He said, "We will start calling you Darcheville." I said, "Why?" He said, "No, there's this guy who plays soccer in France. His name is Jean-Claude Darcheville, and then we will start calling you Jean-Claude Darcheville." I said, "Okay, like what does it look like?" And then they show me his picture. I said, "Yeah. I like that name." And then from there on, they just call me Darcheville. And it's here in Australia that they call me Dash. They like to call me like that, Dash. That's where the name Dash comes from.
When did you start playing rugby, and can you tell us a little bit about how you ended up playing rugby here in Australia?
I started playing rugby, I think I was 14 or 15, because I started playing soccer like I said before, and after that I left sport, and then I was kind of like just doing nothing, and then I picked up weight, and then going back playing with my friend. No one allowed me to play with them. They say, "No, we can't play with you. You're too big now. You gotta go and do something else." And one of my friends invited me to rugby, and then I went and played rugby. From there, kind of like 1 year in rugby, I was kind of like getting some good comment coming in. Like people was kind of like encouraging me that actually we think you can make a career out of rugby, and then I just put my mind into it. That's how. And they end up here in Australia. I think I left home when I was 18, and in 2012, like, I went to South Africa. And from South Africa, I started with a club by the name of Raiders, which I played with them, I think 3 seasons. And then after that, I had some trial with the Lion and the Sharks and all of that. And I think in 2014, when the Waratahs were in South Africa, I was playing with the team by the name of Falcons. And my friend, my mentor, my best friend was made with Dara Gibson. And then he said to me that when the Lion didn't sign me, he said to me that I have a friend that actually is coaching with the Waratahs, and then when they're coming in South Africa for 2 weeks, and then when they come down, I will get you to train with them. And then when they came down, and then I went and trained with them. We had one scrum session. I think I pretty much had 2 scrum sessions. The first one, which I had, and then Cheka told me that you gotta meet him on the middle, and then I was kind of like, oh, okay. And then the second one was good, and then he asked me to come to training in the evening, and I said to him, yes, I'm coming, I will come. And then I said to my friend that no, I'm not going, because the previous week I got moved out of the team because I didn't attend a practice session. I didn't want that to happen. I went and trained with my team. And then on my way back from training, I got a phone call from my friend Derek, who told me that, you say, well done. And I said, for what? He said, I want you to travel with the team to Durban. I said, oh, wow. And then I slept that night. I wasn't able to sleep that night. I was just kind of like, oh, wow. And then I traveled with the team, on the following day at 12 o'clock. And then we go to Durban, we train with the team. Actually, I have a story that I want to share. The reason why I actually decided to come to Australia, it was that, like, when I got to the hotel where the Waratahs were staying, Paddy Ryan went straight on his back and got me a Waratahs polo. And then for me, it was just like, oh wow, I think this is where I want to be. You know, that just make me feel part of the team. You know, it was just, there were no such thing as, no, we met you here in Joburg. But that sign, that gesture for me was kind of like, hey, this is where I want to be. And then I trained with them for, I think it was 1 week and a half, and everything went well. And after that, when Sam Cashman told me that I'm going back the following Wednesday after the game against the Sharks, they were going to Cape Town. And then he booked my flight ticket back to Johannesburg. And then I went to see Nathan Gray, kind of like just what, like to have from, I wanted him to assist me with which part of my game I need to improve and what am I good at. And then I went to him, and then it was kind of like, listen, this is what you have to do, this is what you're doing good, this is what you have to work on. And after that conversation, he said to me that I don't think this is the last time I see you. And then for me, it was just like, oh wow. And then I went in Cheka's room just to say thank you for the opportunity and all that. And he said to me, wait me downstairs, I'm coming down. I'm coming, we're gonna have a chat. And I had a chat with him. He was kind of like asking me if I'm willing to come to Australia to carry on with my rugby career and go back to school and all that. And that's how I ended up in Australia.
What is it like for you to be living away from home at such a young age?
It was pretty hard. It was pretty hard. But like I said before, you know, in life, if you want something, you gotta go for it, you know? And I miss my mom, I miss my brother and sister, but I said to myself, if this is the price I have to pay for them to have a better life that I didn't have, it's worth it. Yeah.
How long have you been playing for Randwick, and what has your time here at the club been like for you?
This is my second season in Randwick, and it's been, I don't know how to put it, but I'm very grateful to be part of the Randwick community. I will say thank you to the Randwick community, and especially Nick Ryan, because he was always there to support me in tough time.
What is your favourite food here in Australia?
Favorite food in Australia, I think, is Thai fried rice. That's my favorite food. Yeah.
Have you made some great friends here in Australia?
Yep, I did. I don't think I would call them friends. They're like, we're so close that it's no more things like friend. One of them is, I would say thank you especially to David Vea. He's being always there when I needed him, and Pira now, and Andrea Foley's family, Paul and Linda Atem. Yeah, I'm very grateful to have them as a family, which is very helpful for me to count on such good people. You know, I'm just so blessed to have them as a family. Yeah.
And lastly, if you could give some advice to younger players about pursuing their dreams and talents, what would it be?
Just to believe in themselves, because if they don't believe in themselves, nobody else will do. That's the first step. Like, whatever you want to achieve in life, you gotta step forward and say, this is what I want to do, and you commit to it and you do it. think I'm just living by His grace, and like whatever I'm going through now, it's just preparing me for something great.